Yo, it's TraVisT, otherwise known as Travis Bale. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be playing or performing any composition or sharing any music-related material. As you can tell, maybe you got an idea of what I'm trying to get across here today. I got a question posed on Facebook about exercise routines and tips, maybe some advice when it comes to working out. I think the number one question when it comes to people who really want to get in shape is like weight loss. The biggest goal that people have in mind, is not necessarily the glamour muscles. People, I'm sure a lot of you always wondered, what would it take to get good abs? Well, personally, I'm in pretty good shape, but I'm not this. I don't have this body type, or a bodybuilder type of physique. I'm definitely not a certified trainer or anything, but like that. But I've always worked very hard at trying to get myself back into shape. And now, relatively speaking, I was at like 148 to 150, and I dropped down to 125 at the lowest. It fluctuates between 128 to 125 right now. But anyways, let's get back to business. I think I want to kind of share my advice when it comes to working out. First of all, if you really want to get abs, which I don't quite have a perfect six-pack here, to get a nice gristled area here, you need to be around 7 to 10% body fat. I'm going to be sharing exercise routines that will help get the body that you want. But the difference is here, I kind of want to try to focus myself towards beginners and people that might have injuries, because personally speaking, they can't do a lot of these exercise routines that are found in P90X or Insanity. They can be pretty strenuous, and they're not typically the greatest workouts to be doing, especially for beginners. But I thought I'd try to market exercises towards beginners. I took Insanity's workouts, and I took P90X, Insanity Asylum, P90X2 as well, and I combined a series of 8 sets of possible workouts that you guys can be doing to start getting yourself into shape. Now, first of all, it is not only that does it take a body fat percentage of 7 to 10% to get rock hard abs. You have to understand that it's pretty much impossible to spot reduce fat. So to be honest with you, you do not want to do an ab routine every day. You really kind of want to focus your energy elsewhere, whether it's focusing on a different body part or doing a cardio. What I've actually done when it came to developing my own exercise routine to share it with you guys, I split it up. 1, 3, 5, and 7 are going to be ab workout routines. 2, 4, 6, and 8 are going to be just cardio routines that kind of focus on penetrating this area. Now, like I said, there's no such thing as spot reducing fat. So typically, if you really want to lose weight, you really have to be very keen on diet. I think I personally think 60-70% of losing weight is actually dieting and not the workout itself. Because if you're constantly eating, you're not going to get a physique like this, and it's going to be very difficult to attempt to get anywhere with the program you want, especially since what I'm going to be sharing with you guys is a beginner workout. So it's really only going to be 15 minutes a piece. So those 15 minutes are really not that much in order to get to a shapely figure of what you're probably trying to desire within like 3 weeks. There's no way, man. This probably took almost a year to achieve. First of all, I'm just going to post an introduction today. Like I said, when it comes to tips and tricks to the workout, you must let your body rest. You must get good rest, because sometimes when I don't get good rest, it makes it very difficult to lift weights. Though I'm scheduling this routine for only 15 minutes each day, relatively speaking, if you really want to lose weight, you're going to have to do a lot more than just focusing on the abs and cardio workouts. You're going to have to focus not only on cardio routines, but muscle building. Now, personally speaking, diet has been really keen. I've had a lot of problems with, overeating, because I've always liked I've always liked food. So to speak in terms of, how would a normal person be able to lose weight? strictly speaking, you got to have specific lifestyle and dietary plans. I mean, and also have to have time that you can set aside to work out, to be able to be motivated to work out every night or every day, where you get up, where you have this time where you schedule that you know for sure that you can work out and you're willing to do it. That's probably the key thing, is having that some sort of discipline or that energy level to pursue to get the shapely figure that you always wanted. I think today I'm just going to, post an introduction video, leave it up there for a few days maybe, and then we'll kind of start off the workout routines. But anyways, I can kind of throw out a few, tips before you guys work out. Stretching is incredibly important. We'll probably get to that later, but, since I'm trying to focus this on for beginners, not only that I constrain time, I constrained the difficulty level, and I also constrained high impact exercises, which can be really hard. Even I myself, get some pretty troublesome back pain every once in a while because of the intensity with these insanity workouts and the intensity with these P90 workouts. To be honest with you, I'm doing like for bicep curls and for bicep curls, I'm doing like literally 40 pounds for 8 reps. So even that is, can be really excruciating. And when I tricep extensions, when I'm on the ground, I also do 40 pounds each hand each. So yeah, you can see that I've been working out for a while. But anyways, back to this story. I wanted to try to work at getting these exercises specifically for beginners, specifically for people who don't have a lot of time to work out, and specifically for people who don't want to, go around injuring themselves all of a sudden and then, end up quitting working. You got to try to be motivated to continue to work out. And I've had a passion for working out, though it's nowhere near my passion for music, but I've always had quite a bit of enjoyment. Diet itself, I drink a lot of shakes. I really don't eat that much. People tell you, oh, you got to eat a lot. I used to, but I really was putting on a lot of pounds because a lot of that time was just sitting on the computer. So it's like, well, that's not helpful either. Diet, to control diet, you got to have a pretty low stress tolerance, because when I get stressed, I usually eat a lot. Food that's being bought, I usually try to focus on vegetables and really reduce my carb intake. I think that's what has probably helped the most, is reducing carbs. Limiting foods that you indulge in, whether it be candy, pop. Like I said, I have a hard time really reducing the carb intake, but that's been a huge killer for me because I've always overeaten a lot of that stuff. Another thing when it comes to losing weight, you got to have a pretty good lifestyle. I think when it comes to me personally, I used to be a guy, I've had a lot of mental issues. Now, how has that actually helped contribute to my ability to excel? Well, you can always see it right here. Medicine in general, if you have some mental issues, some of them can really put on their pounds, and I've been on a lot of medications, especially the antipsychotics, that can really, increase appetite and makes it very difficult to lose weight. So it's actually recommended before you even work out to be wary of your doctor's opinion, because, some of those antipsychotics can get really overheated and they're not really generally good for people, those who are on them, to be working out in such intensity. So I hope for beginners, this should also not be so strenuous, where you're able to get through some of these videos. A fellow stated that, is it possible to get a six-pack in 3 weeks? Well, it really depends on how determined you are, because to be honest, I don't think it's realistic, especially for people that, that barely work out. But for people that really who've dedicated a lot of their lives to, I bet they can. It's just, do you have that time to do it? Do you have the discipline to really watch your diet and curb what you eat? Personally speaking, how's your lifestyle? Are you able to squeeze in a workout every day where you can actually see results? Now, I've often worked out in the mirror because I think the body change of what I see, it's always kind of keeps me motivated. And since I kind of work out by myself, I feel that, having that extra shadow there is kind of helpful and kind of helps me motivate me. Now, to be honest with you, since I've developed this, I may or may not use it all the time, but this is not only for people who, for beginners, but it's also for people to be aware of the other type of workouts that might be available for them or for you guys to be using. Generally speaking, what I did is split them into 8 sets, so there's going to be 8 different videos. There's going to be 3 workouts each. It's going to start with abs. I tried to focus on the top and lower ab portion, the obliques. So I've tried to focus, splitting them up in each section. At least when it comes to it, like day 1, I'm going to try to focus on 3 different workouts, and these are going to be ab routines. We're going to be focusing on 3 different workouts. I actually have it right here. So what we're going to do is focus on bicycles, Mason twists, and leg climbs. So I tried to focus on the bicycles, which is usually the lower abs, the Mason twists, the obliques, as well as the leg climbs, the top, trying to work this top half. Next day, I tried to focus on some cardio workouts that would be very beneficial for these areas. So what I'll do is actually for each video as these go along, I'll post the chart up of what you guys should be doing. So what we'll do, I can generally speak to it. We're typically, for the ab routines, we're going to be doing 24 reps each. And there's going to be a set of 3. There's going to be a set of 3 different workouts, then a 30-second break, and a set of 3 different workouts, set a break until it adds up to 15 minutes. I'm not quite sure exactly the time on it. It could be 15 to 20 minutes or even 10 to 20 minutes. I'm not quite sure, but when it comes to these ab routines, you kind of want to be slow and steady and have a steady pace to these. You don't want to kind of be ripping here and there. But when it comes to the cardio routines, yes, you can rip as much as you want. But what we'll do is actually split those up into 1.5 minutes each. So that'll lead up to about 4.5 minutes for each set of a workout. All right, that's one set for 3 exercises. Then a 30-second break. Then a set of another 4.5 minutes, a 30-second break, another 4 to 4.5 minute exercise set, then another 30 seconds. That should add up to 15 minutes. So the cardio routines can be pretty high intense. I try to keep it low impact. Once again, you're not going to be jumping all around where you can be damaging your back. Once again, if you have back problems, I'm going to be sharing some of the stretches that have really helped at least kind of curb some of that pain, besides just resulting to Tylenol to kind of reduce the pain. I'm trying to think of anything else when it comes to diet. I have nothing else to say other than the fact that I was plateauing and I had some problems. I actually gained like 8 pounds, and because of that, I think it was because of stress, and I had a hard time losing it. But a lot of that was because of the job that I had. It really helped curb that appetite that I was kind of having, but now because of that job, I think it kind of actually helped reduce my need to eat all the time. Now, personally speaking, I think you want to eat as much as you can. You just kind of want to really reduce your carbs. You want to reduce the fats. You want to focus on the fruits, the veggies, and the meats. I think that's the biggest thing if you want to really try to excel at getting the shapely figure that you want. Now, like I said, I'm not the most in the greatest of shape. I think I've been in the best shape of life that I think at least can, kind of share some of the tips that I think would be beneficial for you guys to take note of, because some of these workouts, if you follow along for 15 minutes, that 15 minutes of working out could help motivate you to maybe, I wouldn't say it's going to help you lose like 100 pounds, but it's going to at least give you that start, that catalyst to really, push yourself to the type of body that you've always wanted. But anyways, I think I'm going to close this up. TraVisT is going to be signing off. I think I'm going to go work out my own self to one of these videos. Like I said, I won't be following this routine that much. It's just going to be for beginners who don't have a whole bunch of hours. Hell, I sometimes work an hour to 2 hours a day. So, but anyway, take care, folks. If you got any other questions, feel free to post it in the comments. I may try to post some more of my music production videos up on YouTube too. But you can check out my page at http or // manhopark, and that's my personal website, or my other YouTube account it's going to be more fitted for my commercial music that I'm going to be trying to be placing out there. REALGROUP station, STATION, Real Group Station. That's another channel that I hope you guys check out. But anyways, I know you guys, some of you don't like promotion, but hey, I love music. So anyway, I thought I'd share some tips before I go. All right, take care, folks. See ya.